Greetings, and welcome to another video. And today, we are starting, the first of a short series I'm doing, leading up to to a very interesting, thing. Now, these videos are me explaining the core premises, I don't know what the plural version of that is, of playing one of the greatest games ever made, Dungeons and Dragons. And in the end, after this video series is done, I will be selecting 4 people from my comments. 4 viewers of this video to join me in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that will be recorded for this channel. So, without further ado, the first video of this series is explaining the best part of the entirety of Dungeons and Dragons, the dice. Now, let's start this one off with the most important die in D&D, the D20. Now, it is a 20-sided die, as the name implies. This is the most commonly used die in the entire game. You roll this for almost everything. Whenever you need to roll a success on something, you use this. And there are some cases where this can be used to roll for damage, but if you're rolling with a D20 for damage, you win. I mean, unless you roll bad. Now, the higher you roll on this, the better. So 20 is matter of fact, it's considered by many people that a 20 is an automatic success. It's not, but it's just as best as physically possible. Now, let's continue. This is the D4. Now, this is when you're making your character, this is generally used to roll for ability scores. But in-game, it's generally rolled as damage for light weapons like knives, or prolonged damage like fire or poison. Oh, and the most commonly phrase to strike fear into the hearts of any D&D players. Hey, where'd my D4 go? Because if you step on this, it hurts, especially if you got metal dice. Now, this is one that most people are familiar with. It's a D6, or, as most people refer to it, just a die. Because for most people, this is the only thing that qualifies for dice. This is almost entirely used for damage, and generally, and funny thing is, I've never actually used this in a D&D campaign, because none of the weapons I've ever used use a D6. But there are plenty of things that you will use that for. Now, this is a D8, almost entirely used for damage. And there are a lot of things that use the D8 for damage rolls. Now, this is the D12, also generally a damage-dealing die for certain weapons. That's pretty much it. And finally, we have these two. This is a D10, and this is a percentile die. This, again, damage-dealing die. This has certain uses, but primarily, it gets used in conjunction with this one, because when you roll the two of them together, you can roll 4 out of 100. And I've seen plenty of campaigns where this has been used. And while the majority of campaigns that I've seen and played in never use these two, it's always interesting whenever they do use these, because, well, it's not often seen, but it also has nearly limitless options for creative use. So, that is all 7 of the dice used in D&D. Thank you all very much for watching. This is Random Man, signing off.